All right, everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David Baruch Hashem. Another beautiful day here in Eretz Yisrael. Every day, wow, Baruch Hashem. I can't tell you how good it is to be back here, and I'm very grateful that I get to travel, because when you hear a lot, you just unfortunately you get used to it, and you don't feel it. You don't feel this, how special it is. But when I leave and you go to these other and you come back, wow, it's really so special. We should cherish every moment that we're here. Really, every moment is a bracha from Hashem, a blessing from Hashem. Okay, all right. So we're learning Likutey Halachos Laws Hashem, and we're in Hilchos Beis HaKnesses. So we're learning the laws of a shul, right? The laws of what a shul is, and how special it is, and how it's a shul is like a mikdash ma'at. We were learning, right? It's like a satellite sanctuary of the Beis HaMikdash, which is something very, very special. And we learned this beautiful concept of why HaKadosh Baruch Hu started the Torah with Bereshis Bara Elikim, right, and not with the first mitzvah of Rosh Chodesh, which is the first mitzvah that was given to Klal Yisrael as a people, right? It was the mitzvah of Rosh Chodesh. Albeit that it was really Moshe Rabbeinu that got the teaching, and Moshe Rabbeinu was the one that was Mekadesh the Chodesh. We didn't really have any idea about it, what was going on at that time, but still it was given to us as our first mitzvah, right? And the questions it was asked, and we learned, because it's really to teach us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. He gave Eretz Yisrael and all the places of the land to the people that He put in those places. And then unfortunately, the people that were here were not doing what they were supposed to do. They were serving idols, and they were doing all things that were not in line with Hashem's will, right? And therefore Hashem took it away from them and gave Eretz Yisrael to us. And even though they cry and they say, "Listim atem, you're thieves, you stole our land," no, koyach masav higid liyamai. The koyach masav, right? So we said yesterday the whole idea of koyach masav is we have in our hands, we have 14 joints on each side. Remember we discussed that yesterday, right? So 14 and 14 is 28. Koach, the numerical value of koach is 28, right? Kaf is 20, and ches is 8, and there you have 28. Right? So koyach masav higid liyamai. Then when we do something, when we do a mitzvah, we use our hands. Right? We have to use our hands to perform mitzvah. Right? We use our hands, and that's the very important thing, that we use our hands. And again, that's the same idea of koyach, right? That we have in our hands, and that's why when a person takes something, right, and he has in mind, he has intent to use it for a mitzvah, and then he uses the item for that mitzvah that he intended, that item now has holiness in it. That item now became a holy object, which it didn't have holiness before. It was a davar chol before. It had nothing. It didn't have holiness in it. But because you had intent to use it for a mitzvah, and then you used it for the mitzvah, now it has the holiness in it, which is fascinating.
That we can make something holy.
You can make something holy, exactly, yes.
Wow.
That's right. Well, we said the same idea goes when someone makes a shvuah, right? A person swears, right? So he can make something that's perfectly permissible for him to eat, right, or to do, and he could say, I swear I will not do that. And now that because of his words, that becomes a prohibition to him. He cannot do that thing any longer, because he made that shvuah, and therefore he excluded himself from doing that thing. So he made a new mitzvah. He has a new mitzvah now.
Wow, okay.
right? Because the words, right? So it's another idea, right? Right? When you make your words, right? Right? A person says he's going to be a nazir, right? Takes on to be a nazir, right? He won't cut his hair. He won't drink wine. He doesn't have to do that, but now he's not going to be able to cut his hair, and he's not. And that's a Torah prohibition for him to do it because he said that. He didn't have to say that. He didn't have to, right? The same way you didn't have to do anything. Okay, and then so the principle is like this: when we buy a piece of land anywhere in the world, right, and we all decide that this is going to become a shul, okay? So then by us doing that and then building the shul and then going in there and praying to Hashem in that building, you made that building a holy place. And that holy place is as if it's Eretz Yisrael. You understand? Because it's the same concept. It's the same concept that Hashem used to take away the land from the Plishtim, from the Canaanim, right? From them. Take the land away from them, right? Right? And give it to us, right? Take it away from them. It was his intent, and he gave it to us, right? It's the same way. We can sanctify things the same way. So now we're up to here. Ki ikra kedusha hu bechinas kedushas Eretz Yisrael. The main kedusha that we know is the Eretz Yisrael, right? The land, the place of holiness, the land is holy, right? Eretz Yisrael is holy. What, David? You're right? Okay. Kedushas Eretz Yisrael, hu bechinas koyach masav. Right? The whole idea of Eretz Yisrael is Hashem's koyach masav, his actions, the power of his actions, that he made the world, he gave it to them, he took it from them, and he gave it to us. Koyach masav, dahainu. Bechinas emuna sheyoidin, sheHashem yisbarach bara es kol ha'olam b'retzaynai, u'v'retzaynai notla mehem. Hashem created everything. And it was his will to take it away from them. They were here. They could have done the right thing, but they chose not to. Right? They chose not to. And therefore Hashem said, no, you're not worthy to be here, and therefore we're going to get rid of them. And then that's this week's parsha, right? This week's parsha, right? Where we left, Hashem says that you're not going to go towards the Plishtim, right? Because the Plishtim were right there. So Hashem took us on a roundabout way because he didn't want us to get involved in that because it was going to be too complicated. It's amazing, right?
It's in a lot of weeks' parshas.
Yeah.
The same message. Do what I say. You all right?
No, but specifically this week, Hashem, we went out of Egypt. We could have gone straight. We could have gone straight to Israel.
Right.
We went what?
To Gaza.
Yeah, we could have gone to Gaza, right? Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah. Amazing, right? Okay, all right, but listen, that's okay. So that's the main thing. When we know that everything is from Hashem, that's the main kedusha. When we know everything that you have in your life, everything is from Hashem. There's nothing that we have. There's nothing that about us that's separated from Hashem. I mean, we have our neshama inside of us, which is the chelik elikamimal that's inside of us, which is mamish keeping us alive. If we don't have the neshama, the person's not going to be alive. What animates the person? Right? What keeps the person going? Because he has the neshama. So you have to remember that. And that's kedusha. Right? Knowing everything is Hashem. But you could start with yourself. Realize that you have a piece of Hashem inside of you. So of course you're very holy. And that's why you have the ability to take something with your hands and do as Hashem did. Right? Take something and do something, kayach masav, to do the same idea to make it holy. Okay? Ki Hashem is barach, hu nikra kodesh, because Hashem is called holy. V'tekev kishiyoidin, Hashem is barach bara adavar. As soon as you know that Hashem created that item, whatever that item is, it could be it can be a bag, like we said, a bag for your tefillin, right? Or it could be a briefcase that you're going to use for your tefillin, right? Or it can be any item, right? Any item that you want to use for holiness, any item that you can use for holiness. When you realize Hashem made that, and I want to use this for something holy. right? So you're tapping into that same idea of Kayach Masa. שנמשך להשם יתברך. ועיקר מעלס הידיעה הוא כשיודעים בעולם העשייה הגשמי. The main thing is when you know in this physical coarse world that we live in, which is so distant from the holiness of Hashem, seemingly, but we know Hashem is really in everything. So the holiness is there, but the world is so coarse. The world is so physical. The physicality seems so distant from Kedusha. Right? But when you can find the Kedusha there, and you can reveal it there, that's something special, very special. Right? Mikudushasa is baruch, you know it's coming from the holiness of Hashem. Because again, Hashem made everything. Because Hashem constricts His holiness. Right? The whole idea is He constricts it. It's there, He hides it. Hashem hides the holiness from it, from that item. But you could reveal that holiness by realizing it that Hashem created it. It's an amazing concept. Everything Hashem created, He has His through Kedusha, but He hides the Kedusha so you don't see it. When you can reveal it, that's great. That's what we said, the same idea with the Maimah Bereshis. Right? Hashem created the world with 10 utterances. Right? The Maimah Bereshis, He creates everything that was not showing Hashem's, which is not worthy of showing Hashem's covet outwardly, right? So Hashem, you did that Maimer Sosam, right? The hidden statement, right? It's a Maimer Sosam. Hashem is there, and that's why we said when a person is in some place that it's not very pleasing for a Jew to be in that place, and then he finds Hashem in that place. Oh, he can go straight up to Keter. Right? Because again, he found Hashem, there is Kedusha there, but it's hidden. When he cries out, Aye, right? He cries out, Aye, Hashem, where are you, Hashem? Right? And he finds Hashem in there, then he reveals it. It's the same concept, but what we're learning here, right? This is the same idea. Ad shebara olam agashmi hazeh, until Hashem created this very physical world, which the angels are like, what did you do, Hashem? to the angels, think about it. To the angels, Hashem is very clear, right? They see the truth. They don't have all the physicality. They're not stuck in the physicality. And look at even Adam Arishan, right? Adam Arishan was able to see Meisoifa Elamat Soifa, right? He was able to see from one end of the world to the other end of the world. Adam Arishan, right? He was a human being, right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu created him. And he had a vision like that. But then again, he sinned. He came down to this coarse world, more physicality, right? Whatever there was in Gan Eden, right? There was something of physicality in Gan Eden. Obviously, there was a tree. There was something there, right? It wasn't down here. It was up there, right? But then he had to come into something more physical, more coarse. Fascinating. It's so hidden, but you have the choice to choose holiness. That's so beautiful. We can choose holiness. We can choose Eretz Yisrael. We can choose to live in the land. We can choose to make things holy. We can sanctify things because there's holiness in there. That's how you can sanctify it, because there is holiness in there. You understand the difference? You understand now? There's holiness in there. So when you have in mind, I'm going to use this for something holy, and then you use it for something holy, you sanctified it. You will reveal the Kedusha that's in there.
So by recognition, right?
Recognition, yeah, by knowledge.
Right.
It's amazing by you just doing, knowing this is our land, that Hashem gave it to us.
That applies to anything.
Anything.
Food, whatever.
Food, yeah, that's why you make a bracha on food. You remember Hashem. Before you have your coffee, before you do something, you remember Hashem. Right? You make the bracha to remember Hashem. That's what it's all about. The whole Shulchan Aruch is there to remember Hashem during the day. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you find yourself, whatever situation, realize you're with Hashem 24/7. And the more we recognize that, the better our lives will be. right? Because we have Hashem in our lives. Or you can find, or you can choose the other way, right? You can choose the kedusha, or you can choose the opposite, right? You can choose to not find Hashem, like close to 8 billion people in the world choose they don't want to see Hashem. They're not looking for Hashem. There's only a small group of people in the world, right? We're not even a quarter of a fraction of a percent of the entire world, right? If you did the numbers, right? How many people already are looking for Hashem?
Aren't the Christians looking for Hashem in their own way?
Through their stupidity.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of them, it's not their fault.
Right.
A lot of them, it's not their fault. They were brought up as children and learning. It's not. But again, they're not looking. They don't know what the truth is.
The true God.
They don't know the truth, right? They don't know the truth. The Rambam said that Christianity is actually Avodah Zarah, right? The Rambam paskin that the Christianity is Avodah Zarah. Well, they have their Mary and their things and whatever they have, they they have their idols and their things. It's Avodah Zarah. Right? Okay. V'alkein ikar malus hakedusha kishemakdishin olam hasiyah. That's what the main thing is when we can sanctify this world, this coarse world. Shezen nimshach mi bechinas yadayim, bechinas koyach masa. That comes from the hands. From the hands. Koyach masa. Bechinas koyach pirkin, the 28 joints that we have in our two hands. Shezeh bechinas kedushas Eretz Yisrael. That's the idea of the kedusha of Eretz Yisrael. What do you want to say?
So this is, God created everything, right? So did He create the Christians and the Arabs and
Of course He
created all
created.
that.
Of course He did.
So are they holy because He created them?
There's holiness in them.
There is. Yeah.
There's holiness in them. That's why okay, let me explain. Okay,
not using it.
wait a second. A guy can choose to become a Jew.
Right.
That's the proof.
Or you can choose the Noachide laws.
Okay, no, that too, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, but even a guy can become a full-fledged Jew.
Right.
That means he has to have Kedusha in him.
Right.
Right?
Right.
He could just reveal it. Otherwise, it's dormant. It's hidden. All right. So that's the concept. Okay.
Good.
Now, okay. Now we're no. It's a good point. It's a very important question. Very good. Okay. Now we're going to learn about the seven elders of the community. The seven appointed members of the community to take care of communal affairs. All right. They're the heads of the nation, right? The heads of the city, of the wherever they are. The main thing is they have their mayach, the mind. That's where the source of kedusha is, right? Because again, you think you want to use this thing, you need your mind, right? You think I want to use this bag for holiness, and then you use your hands to use the thing. You put your tefillin in there, you put your tzedakah in that bag. You do whatever you're going to do with that, whatever you're doing. And then you make it holy, but it starts in the mind. Right? That's why they call it Toivei Yeshu Lashon Toiv, because that's the good. They're Toivei Ha'ir. They're good. Ki hadas v'amayach hu bechinas toiv. The mind, right, is really good if you use it for good. The mind is good if you use it for good. Remember we said it all starts with, again, we're in the weeks of Shavim, right? We're in the weeks of Shavim, right? And it's a very, very important thing to understand, right? Shavim, right? The weeks of Shemais, Va'era, Bo, Beshalach, Yisrael, Mishpatim, right? These are the weeks of Shavim. These are the times that we can make tikkunim on what we saw wrong and what we did wrong connected to Yosef HaTzadik. Right, it's a very, very special time that we're in right now. All right, but it all works with the mayach. Right, it all works with the mind. So in other words, and we learned about the mind. We have the three sections of the mind. Right, Chachma, Bina, Das. Those are the three lines of defense against impure things to keep out the impurity from our minds. Right. And we learned that, remember that, right? The 3 lines of it, right, in the mind, okay? Kimay shekasav gam beloy das nefesh loy tayv. Look at this, look at these words. It says in Mishlei, gam beloy das, but if you don't have das, nefesh loy tayv. So his life is not good. The person doesn't have das, it's not good. I mean, you could see it. Look at. You have all of these, famous people in the world, right? But they have no values or anything. So they may have millions of people following them, right? But life means nothing to them. So they'll overdose and they'll do this and they'll kill themselves. It means they don't have any value. Nefesh. If you don't have gam b'loy das nefesh loy tov, his life is no good. It's all about the das. Okay, Kamuva b'divrei Rabbeinu Zal, as Rabbi Nachman taught also in lesson 29, Shezeh bechinas kedushas Eretz Yisrael bechinas hahar hatoiv hazeh v'alavona. Right here, Lebanon. Here we can see that Alavona. Right, that's what it means, right? Alavona, right, Sasha?
Levona?
Yeah.
Levona. What do you mean?
What?
Lebanon?
Lebanon, yeah, Lebanon. Yeah. Ki shiva toivei ha'ir, bahem tluya kedusha beis ha'knesses. Because the 7 members of the community, it's upon them to sanctify the building. Right? In other words, they can choose on behalf of the community. They feel that this building is going to be a building that will be suitable for the community, right? There's a lot of members live around this building, and it'll be suitable for them, and therefore they want to use this building. They want to use this building for holiness. So they can make the decision to use this building for holiness, and now it can't be used for something else, right? Based on their thought, right? Based on their thought. Bahem tluya kedushas beis haknesses. V'chol tashmishay kedusha, and all items that are used for kedusha, right, in the beis haknesses, like we learned, right? You have the shulchan and you have the aron, right, that we learned in halacha beis, right? And then you can buy. Let's say if you sold let's say the shulchan, right? You had the bima, right? You sold the bima. So then you can buy from it, you can buy a new mantle for the Sefer Torah. You can buy a new cover for the Sefer Torah. Right? You can buy a crown for the Sefer Torah. You can use the money, raise the we have to always be raising it. Remember we learned that concept? Right? You always raise when it comes to Kedusha. Right? So it's all dependent on these 7 members of the community. Shehem bechinas Kedushas Eretz Yisrael, and that is the idea of Eretz Yisrael. Gam heim misaknim takonos yeshoros umadrichin es ha'am b'derech ha'tov ha'yosher b'derech eretz. Right? So these people are the people, they have the right mayach, right? That's why they were chosen. Right? These are the elders of the community. These are the people, that's why they're called the tovei ha'ir, right? Because of the goodness of the mind. We said if you have your mind, your mind is settled, so then your life is good, right? So these people have the right values, right? They have the right values. They understand what's important, right? Kihem manhigim es ha'olam v'lo yetze echad chutz l'shura v'lo yase echad avla l'chavera. Right? They're making sure, right? These people are making sure that everybody doesn't go out of the correct line. Right? They do things in a way that they keep people all in check. They keep people doing the right thing. They understand how to talk to people. They know how to deal with people. They know how to help people. So they keep people in check, right? And no one should do something negative to his friend, right? People shouldn't hurt each other's feelings, right? Right? It says one of the things Reb Chaim was talking about that yesterday in his shir, right? In Torah Beis. In Likutey Halachos, right? He brought down that if someone has doesn't like a nickname, right? Doesn't like a nickname, right? He doesn't like call him what is, and you call him that, and you constantly do it, and then that becomes his thing. That person that started that and did that has no chelik in olam haba. So these people, these tovei here, would see that this guy's calling him and hey, what are you doing?
Dafka when the person doesn't like the name?
When he doesn't like, if he likes it, there's no no. If he likes it, there's no problem. Right? If he likes the name, so then he didn't do anything wrong. But if he didn't like it,
I have a quick, but can he do tshuva?
he has to ask the person for forgiveness
And stop calling me that name?
and stop calling. But the problem
Then he
is
come back
no.
right
But
again.
the problem is it's almost like a little like lashon hara, right? Right? Because again, you started calling this person this name, and then people heard it, and then people start calling him this name.
Right.
So now every time he hears that, his blood boils, right? The guy gets very upset, he gets embarrassed, right? You're causing so even if you ask the guy for forgiveness, all these other people are still going to be calling him that name because you started it.
So
Right? That's how lashon hara goes, right?
Are you
You
stuck in
said
the head of
something, right? You said something. You started a rumor. You started something. Now everyone starts talking about it.
Big
What?
problem.
Big problem. It's a huge
So
problem.
is he stuck in Gehenna then?
He's stuck there. Yeah, he's stuck.
Can't get out.
It's very hard.
Maybe go to see Rabbi Nachman. Can he?
Listen, we're trying to understand it. The Taiva, these are the people that kept people from going off the path.
Right.
And then that's when people respected people. It was not like today. Today you tell someone something. What are you telling me? Right? People today it's a little bit difficult. But this is the way it's supposed to be. They see someone. They see these are the people that have the right values. They understand Shulchan Aruch. They understand what halach is. They understand what life is all about, and they can guide people. This is an important thing. Right, that's why it says Hasei L'cha Rav. You have to have a Rav. You have to have someone to guide the person. Right? All right, here we go. Rak yisnagu karoya b'derech hayosher. They would conduct things and do everything in the right way. Shekol zehu bechinas kedushas Eretz Yisrael. This is the way it is of Eretz Yisrael, and that's why Eretz Yisrael is supposed to follow the Torah, and we're supposed to follow the Torah values. Right? And Eretz Yisrael is not a nation like all nations. Right? And that was the whole problem when they founded this nation, this state of Israel. Right? They founded on the premise that this is a nation, part of the United Nations, but they didn't realize yet that the United Nations can't stand them. Right? Because then we're not like we're not like the other nations. We have nothing to do with them. So what are we doing over there? What are we doing there? Does it make sense, right?
Hitting their heads against the wall.
Yeah.
Wasting our time.
Yeah. Bechinas derech eretz. Kamavay b'maimer v'aschanan, like we learned yesterday about the maimer aschanan v'alkein nikroyim shivat toiva. Therefore, they're called the 7 good ones of the city. Right? Loshan toiv shu bechinas meichen. That's what we said. You have a person has the meichen, the mind. Then his life is good, right? But again, it has to work with, again, what the person thinks of and what the person has in mind, and all of that, what you see and what you're watching, and all of that stuff, right? It's all connected to that. Because then again, the mind's filled. What are you filling your mind with? Are you filling your mind with more Torah, avoda, hisbodedus, and more good deeds and helping people and doing more chasodim? So that's great. Your mind's filled with that. Your mind is good. Eretz Yisrael is called Hahar HaToiv. Right? That's really Har HaBayis. Is Hahar HaToiv. Right? Gal kein heim shiva toive ir ki heim mamshichen kedushas Eretz Yisrael b'chol hadvorim sheb'kedusha u'beis HaKnesses beis HaMidrash. Because what they're doing is, they're bringing, wherever they are, they could be in everywhere, they could be anywhere. They could be in Moscow, they could be in Kiev, they could be in Australia, Sydney, Australia, they could be in Berlin, it doesn't matter. Wherever they are, they can bring Eretz Yisrael to that place. They can bring Eretz Yisrael to that place and make it a Migdash Ma'at wherever they are. Right? Wherever they are. Wherever they are. I mean, it's amazing that when we were traveling to David remember when we were traveling to Uman for Rosh Hashanah, we went through Kishinev, right? Kishinev, and in Kishinev you have a beautiful Chabad center there. They made a mikveh, and they made a beautiful shul. And the things, it's an aspect of Eretz Yisrael right there. In the most vile place that you could find.
In the same neighborhood where the pogrom was.
Exactly. If you right there.
Right there.
Right there.
The name of the street is the Rob at the time.
Yeah. No, but he made a beautiful shul, and he's helping the people over there. It's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful to go to just to see what they're doing and how he helps all the people. It's amazing.
Yesterday, the country of Moldova recognized Israel.
Oh, they recognized Israel? Wow.
Yesterday.
I didn't even know it. Look at that. See that we brought that. Amazing.
Moldova. Well, they had never seen that.
Bunch of gypsies.
It's the poorest country in Europe.
Bunch of gypsies.
No, it's the poorest country in Europe. That's what they say.
Kitchen is nice. Kitchen's a nice thing.
It's still Soviet Union.
Yeah.
It was so. Oh yeah, you want to tell them that? Oh no, yeah.
No, man, the style of the life, that they have, it's still so
Yeah. Okay. All right. No, but I'm talking about the Chabad Center there.
Right.
That they set up and they made that thing. It's mamish like you feel like you're in Eretz Yisrael in that place.
Mamlacha.
Yeah. And wherever.
It's a huge place.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. You could take and sanctify because you reveal Hashem's kedusha in that place, right? Again, it's the intent and the action, and then you reveal it, and then that's how that has holiness in there, right? That's a shul. You have to treat it with respect, right? You have to treat the shul with respect. It's a shul. It doesn't make a difference if the shul in over there or it's a shul in Eretz Yisrael. It makes no difference. Shul is shul. They take themselves out from the 7 nations, right? The 7 nations that were here in Eretz Yisrael, right? The Shiva Amim. Eretz Yisrael betchila biyodam, right? Originally, the Eretz Yisrael was in the 7 nations, right? Like we say it every morning, right? Right? This is where we had the 7 people were here, the 7 nations were here. Right? Eretz Yisrael. V'alkein tzahitziam mibechina shiva amim. V'alkein heim shiva toiveir. Oh, they take it away 7 from the 7 nations. That's why they're the 7 toiveir for the 7 nations. They took out 7 nations, and that's why you had to have 7 toiveir, 1 for each one of the nations that were removed. Isn't that beautiful? I love Reb Noson, the way he puts these things together.
Where were the 7 nations?
The 7 nations were in Israel.
Yeah.
Israel was 7 nations. This little piece of land. Well, it was bigger than what we have now, but whatever it was, it was 7 nations. And we conquered 7 nations and we threw out the 7 nations, right?
Right.
7. Why 7? Because that's why you have the 7 Tovei Ha'ir. Right? You had the Shiva Tovei Ha'ir. These were the 7, 1 for each one of the nations that we threw out of Eretz Yisrael. Okay,
And you purified the land.
that's right.
Like
Lachniya Shiva Amim to subdue the Shiva Amim, to subdue the 7 nations that were here. Well, Lekadesh Kol Hadvorim Sheyesh Tashmishe Kedusha V'chein Batei Kinesios Batei Midrashes, and that's why they have the opportunity. They have the right to sanctify a building to be used as a Beis HaKnesses. As a synagogue, or to be used as a study hall, a Beis HaMedrash, right? A study hall for Torah. B'kedushas Eretz Yisrael, b'chinas Saharatay. Ki b'chol advarim sheba'olam nelem bahem kedusha. Because everything in the world has hidden holiness in it, right? That's the premise. You understand? We're learning everything in the world has holiness in there. Everything. The question is, how are you going to reveal the holiness? It's there, but it's there for you to reveal, right? It has godliness in it. There's a spark of elikus in each thing. That's the idea of the Torah that's hidden. Right? Before Matan Torah, we know we need Torah to keep the world going. Right? The Torah keeps the world, it keeps the world renewing, it keeps the world flourishing. Right? That's the Torah does that. But what happened before Matan Torah? We didn't have the Torah. So that was the hidden Torah. That was the hidden Torah. It wasn't revealed yet. Hashem didn't reveal the Torah. But we had those, we know, like the Avos HaKadoshim, right? The Avos, they kept the Torah, right? Avraham Avinu was able to know all the mitzvos. He perceived them. It was hidden, right? We had Shem Ve'ever, the yeshiva Shem Ve'ever, right? And they studied whatever they studied, right? They had the Sefer Rezel HaMalach, right? And then they had, and then Avraham Avinu had his, whatever. There were things that they would study, but it was the hidden Torah, right? It was the hidden Torah. Bebechinas derech eretz kadam laTorah, as it says, derech eretz kadma laTorah, right? Derech eretz kadma laTorah, right? You have to have respect, right? That's a big principle in Yiddishkeit. To understand that, a person has to be a mensch, right? A person has to refine himself before Torah. You can't, you have to come to Torah. You have to respect Torah, right? The person's a menuvel, a mushkes. He's gonna. What's the Torah? He has nothing to do with the Torah. That's what it means. The way to Eretz Yisrael, right? You take the chiyas out of the Torah. Kamaya calls that hate b'mamar now. Al yedei zeh bechinas zu daika yecholim lekadesh kol advarim shabaylam v'laseis mechol kodesh. And that's how you can take everything out from the world and make something mundane and make it holy. Something that was mundane and make it holy. You could do that because there's holiness in there. Now we understand the principle, how that works. There's holiness in there, there's kedusha in there, there's elikus in there. So of course, if there's elikus in there, you could reveal the elikus and then you could sanctify the item. Right?
So should we make like that door holy? Like
It is all as part of the shul.
Okay, so the door to my home.
Yeah, it is holy. You put a mezuzah on it.
So I made it holy.
Yeah.
You brought the holiness out.
You made the bracha l'kboa mezuzah.
Right.
Yeah, l'kboa mezuzah, right? Well, as we're speaking of yesterday, I got a call from, I have an apartment in Yerushalayim, Baruch Hashem. The lady called me up. The mezuzah fell down. The mezuzah fell down. So she said to me, I'm going to hang it back up. I said, well, if you're going to hang it back up, you have to make the bracha. She says, why? I said, that's the halacha, right? We learned that, right? If you take the mezuzah down to check it, or you want to get a new case, and you have intent, so then you can take it down and put it back. But if it just fell down, it means you didn't have intent for that. And it fell down, that means you have to make another bracha where you put it back up again, right? You know, right? We learned that in Kitzur, right? We learned that. Yeah. It's the same idea we learned with the talis, right? When you have your talis, right? If your talis, you're wearing your talis, and then you take the talis off because you want to go to the bathroom, or you want to go outside, whatever it is, you take your talis off, and you have in mind you're going to put it back on. No problem. You don't make another bracha, right? But what happens if you're davening and your talis fell down?
The bracha.
If it fell off you totally, if a little bit's on you, that's okay. But if it fell down totally, it fell on the floor, now you have to make another bracha, right? That's halacha. Right? So that's why you have to learn halacha to know what to do, right? Otherwise you don't know. So I went over there, I bought a new case, and we made the bracha l'kboa. It was great, Baruch Hashem. I had the opportunity to go to Yerushalayim. Baruch Hashem. Okay, anyway. Okay. Kigoyin, kol advarim sheb'kedusha, oy beis hakneses, oy beis batei midrashos, shebatchila hoyuchol gomer. Right? The building before it was a beis medrash, wherever it is, right? It could be in any city, any place in the whole world. It doesn't matter, right? And there has no holiness in there at all. Now this Shiva Taiva year decided we're going to make that of it. Now it's became holy. Now you have to treat it with respect. They make it holy. Hakol al yedei bechinas zu al yedei bechinas Torah nelemes bechinas derech eretz shezeh bechinas kayach masa. And that's how the whole thing works. It all works by the intent and what you do. V'al kei nikra Eretz Yisrael toiv. And that's why Eretz Yisrael is called good. How do you like that? Isn't that beautiful? It is good, right? It's the best. Eretz Yisrael is toiv. Bechinas ahar hatoiv. Right? Hatar hatoiv. Ki ikki kedushas Eretz Yisrael hu al yedei bechinas kayach masa. The whole idea of Eretz Yisrael is kayach masa. It's all from Hashem. It was all Hashem. He gave it to them. He took it from them. He gave it to us. And they're going to scream, listim atem, but we're going to tell them, sorry, you blew it. That's why you don't have it. That's why you don't have it. Al yedei shemegalin sh'Hashem yisbarach bara hakol. You reveal that Hashem created everything. It's all Hashem's. Everything in the world is Hashem's. And as soon as you reveal Hashem in the object, in the item, as soon as you reveal Hashem, you sanctify it. It's yours. That's all we have to do over here. We have to proclaim this is our land, this is rightfully our land, given to us by Hashem. I don't care what you guys are saying. You can scream all you want. See, Rashi told us. You're going to scream. Hey, you see, you're following the role. Right? We already knew what you were going to say. We already knew what you were going to say. Isn't it beautiful? You can tell here, look, this script was written way before you were ever around. And look what they said, the script said you were going to do. And you're doing it. Unbelievable. That's the goodness in the thing. That's why it's called Tov. Right? You reveal Hashem, that's Tov. Right? Shekosov Tov Hashem Lakol, Tov Hashem Lakol. Right? Say that in Ashrei, right? Tov Hashem Lakol, Racham of Kol Masa, right? Baruch Hashem Li'olam, Amen V'Amen. Hashem Yimloich Hashem Li'olam, Amen v'yamen. Hashem should rule, and He will rule for all eternity. Amen v'yamen. Say, okay, we finished now. Baruch Hashem, Halacha Gimel. This is such a special lesson. I always love this lesson. And Mirz Hashem, we're going to start Halacha Dalet tomorrow. It's just an amazing lesson, really. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got something from it, to realize how things are made holy, right? How things are made holy via you thinking about it and using it. We said, right, if you take a bag and you just put something of holiness in there, but you didn't think about it, it's not holy. Or if you thought about making it holy, but you didn't put the thing in there yet, it doesn't have the holiness. It's only when you have the intent, you have in mind, I'm going to use this for something holy, and then you use your hands, kayach masav, then it becomes holy. That's the same thing. What?
Be aware all the time.
You have to be aware. That's it. That's halacha.
So where do we put the mezuzah on the land of Israel?
The land of Israel is holy.
Yeah.
The mezuzah,
You don't need
the
the
whole
mezuzah to make it holy.
the whole land is holy.
You come in
Hey, Mordechai, what do we call, in English, how do you call this land? The Holy Land.
The Holy Land, yeah.
The land is holy. The Holy Land. It's in the word, right there. Think about what you're saying. The land, the earth is holy.
God made it holy. He created it.
There you go. Okay, good. Baruch Hashem. All right, so we'll finish this. Baruch Hashem. We finished Halacha Gimel. We'll start Halacha Dalet tomorrow. Let's learn one Halacha quickly in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Okay, here we go. And I think we're up to 5 today. Here we go. Oh, look at this. Okay. Hey, we're talking about washing your hands today. Look at that. Isn't that nice? We're learning about the hands. Now we're talking about washing the hands. Here we go. It's amazing. Tzarech Lirchais. We're in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. We're in Hachanas Haguf LeTefila, Mekaymei Shiro L'Spalo Sham, right? Preparing your body for Tefillah, okay? Here we go. Tzarech Lirchais Es Yada B'Mayim Ad HaPerik. You have to wash your hands till the knuckles. At least till the knuckles. HaPerik is till the knuckles. At least till the knuckles, okay? That's the minimum. What?
This says to the wrist.
You wanted the wrist? Okay. Usually it's, okay, fine. The wrist? Okay. Kaidem HaTefillah. Okay, kaidem atfila. Lachein afa pisha rochas it's yada babayker. Even though you washed your hands in the morning, im naga achakach biyada be'ezeh makay metunav. But if you touch something on your body that's not clean, right? What that means is really if you touched any part of your body that's supposed to be covered, right? So let's say a person wears a very short sleeve shirt, very short, right? So if he touches the top of his arm, that's called the makkah mitun if he has to wash his hands. Right? Sometimes you see people they're wearing shorts and they're scratching their leg. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? You gotta go wash your hands now. Your leg is covered. That's a makom. You don't. That's no good. Right? You got to be careful. Right? It has like beads of sweat. You have sweat. Right? The legs sweat. The arms sweat. The things sweat. Under your arm sweats. Right? Right? So if you have sweat over there and you touch it, that's not clean. Here's a good one. Right? The person scratches his head. His hair. Hair's not clean. Hair's not clean. So that's why I'll tell you one thing. When you put on your tefillin, one thing I love about this shul is the tables downstairs are wood. Right? So when you put on your tefillin shel rosh, you touched your hair. Right? You can't put on your tefillin shel rosh without touching your hair. Right? So that's why you have the table, so you can wipe your hands on the table.
Afterwards.
Yeah, wood. Yeah, wood cleans. Wipe your hands on the table. It's beautiful, right?
Yeah, I thought it's like mostly when the nails go into deeper, scratching.
Touching the hair. He said, no, look what it says. Right? It's a chichek barashai. Right? What does it mean to scratch your head? What does that mean, Shalom? Scratch your head, right?
So what if I touch my hair during davening?
Well, you shouldn't touch it. He said, just wipe your hands.
Wipe on
Right on the table.
So can you the equivalency of washing your hands by
No,
rubbing them on the table?
If you listen, you're not going to keep running out of the shul. So yes, we're going to see now here. Or you didn't wash your hands either to the wrist or to your knuckles. The knuckles is really the minimum that you can wash your hands. And that's why, let's say, when it comes to Yom Kippur, or it comes to Tisha B'Av, you wash your hands till your knuckles, right? Right, you wash it to the knuckles. So that's really the minimum. Right, that's the minimum. Okay. You have to go back and wash them again. Go back and wash your hands. Before you go daven. Right? If you didn't wash your hands in the morning, that's if you didn't wash your hands and you touched something, whatever, and you didn't wash your hands, right? You got dressed, right here, for a perfect example. You got dressed in the morning, you washed your hands, then you got dressed, you put your socks on. Put your underwear, you put your socks on. Hey, you know, you gotta wash your hands. So you realize you didn't wash your hands. So now go back and wash your hands before you go daven. And if you don't have water, or go back or in front, arba milin, la'achrav mil. You have to go either 4 milin, whatever that measurement is, or go la'achar mil, a mile, or whatever a mil is a mile. I don't know exactly the measurement of a mil. Whether you know the exact measurement of a mil? It's a kilometer?
It says one parsa.
A parsa?
One parsa is between 2.4 and 2.9 miles.
Okay, there we go. So it's 2.4.
3.8.
That's a radius.
Okay. So that's how you have to go back. You have to go back that far to get water. But now, hey, wait a second. It's going to take me, if I go back 3 miles or 3.8 kilometers, whatever it is, hey, it's going to take me too much time. I'm going to miss man tefillah. So what do you do then? So wash your hand on a stone, some kind of rock. If there's a rock, wipe your hand on that, or the dirt. Just take a little dirt and wipe your hands with the dirt. Wipe your hands with some dirt, okay? Or something else that you could use to wipe your hands. Some say you can use a tree. You go over to the tree and wipe your hands on the tree, on the table. Yeah, well, a tree is wood, right? A tree's wood, right? They use a table, right? That's something that you can clean your hands with. That's acceptable, okay? Umispalo. The ksiv erchatz benikayan kappa. You have to, like the David HaMelech says, you should wash and you should have clean hands, right? Have clean hands. Erchatz b'mayim im efsha. Right? Wash your hands with water if it's possible. Right? If you have the opportunity. Today, Baruch Hashem, it's very simple. You come to the shul, we have sinks, we have running water. We don't have these problems. So it's not, Baruch Hashem, we don't have to worry about that, right? Wherever you go, you're going to find a restaurant, you'll find a sink, right? So we can wash our hands. So Baruch Hashem, we have modern plumbing. It's an amazing thing, right? We take it for granted, right?
So you wash your hands at home.
Yeah,
Let's say before you get in the car.
yeah.
You get in the car and you get here. Do you have to wash your hands if you haven't?
No, what I do is before I leave my house, I wash my hands with a cup.
Yeah.
And I have in mind I'm washing my hands for tefillah, and I go to shul. And that's what I do. And I come to shul, and then you can wash your hands in the shul as well.
Yeah.
You have a sink where you are. You're a Kohen. You have the sink there. You can go take the cup. You have to fill it up yourself this time, though. You know.
I know. I do that every morning before.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Unless you touch your feet or your hair.
Then you have to wash your hands again, or clean your hands, like we said, with a rock, with wood, or something like that. You can wipe your hands and clean yourself, whatever you can. Don't miss man tefillah. Don't go crazy about it. Really, make sure you always wash your hands. You should wash your hands always in the morning, right? We all do that. So that's not a problem, right? Before you leave your house, you wash your hands with a cup, right? And you have in mind to wash your hands in Netilas Yadayim, right? Right? And so now we're saying if in between that you touch something that you shouldn't have touched, so then clean your hands again. If you have water, how wonderful that is. Use water. If you don't have water, so use some wood, use some dirt, use a tree, a table, whatever you can. Clean your hands with whatever you can, and then make sure you can go daven. And that's the halach, okay?
Could you use a towel? So you have a towel that's perfectly clean.
Yeah,
and
you would
keep
be
it in
able
your
to.
bag.
Yeah, you would be able to use that. Yeah, that would be something to clean. It says b'chol. He wrote here b'chol midei demenake. Anything that you use to clean your hands. Oh, well, that's wonderful if you have that. Yeah, one of those a wipe, one of those wipes.
Oh. You keep packages of those. That's a great idea.
There we go. Okay, so everyone. So that was halacha. I wish everyone a wonderful day. Kol Tuv, thank you for joining. Kol Tuv.